Right. Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. As usual, before we begin, I would like to do the same wish that I do every day. May this meditation session too give you at least a little peace and little happiness for you. So with that wish, we are going to start today's meditation session. But just by wishing, it won't happen. So you have to work ardently, right? So you have to work ardently, just like in the other things. Just like when we do the other things in life, so we have to put effort. Just like that in the meditation practice too, you have to put your effort. That's how you become successful. So focus and work hard. Then naturally, you are going to gain the good results, right? So all students, now they have entered to the 5th step, and they are observing. So they were instructed last week to observe their legs too, up to the tips of your toes, right? Part by part, pitch by pitch, you were asked to observe your both legs. So you were asked to start observing the upper thigh area, and then whatever on your right leg, whatever the sensations that you encounter, you were asked to think, you were asked to remind yourself that this sensation is impermanent, changing. And then you were asked to observe the sensations on your knee area, right? So on your knee too, whatever the sensations that you encounter, so be aware and then understand they're impermanent, changing. Then, so lower thigh area, so lower leg area. So the area between the knee and the ankle. Within that area too, whatever the sensations that you encounter, you are asked to observe them with a very alert mind, with a balanced mind, and you were asked to remind yourself that these sensations are also impermanent changing. So then you were asked to observe the ankle area. On your ankle, whatever the sensations that you encounter, you were asked to remind yourself they are impermanent, and changing. Then, so upper level of your feet, then lower level of your feet, lower level of your foot. Then after that, the fingers, so toes up to their tips. So one by one, part by part, pitch by pitch, keep on observing diligently. And totally forget this, this outside vision that you see as you. As I always tell you, so you can't actually see who you are, right? So the you only see the reflection of your body with your limited vision, but the actual body you never can see. The only way that you actually can see your body is through vipassana meditation, right? That's what you are doing right now. Then do the same thing with your left leg. Again, left thigh area, knee, then after that, lower leg area, ankles, right? Upper foot area, then lower foot area, up to the tip, up to the toes, and up to the tips of your toes. Whatever the sensations that you encounter, observe them well and understand they are impermanent changing. So if your concentration is very good, then you will start to feel the sensations inside too. Sometimes so sensations on your kidneys or heart or so like that. So in all kinds of inside organs too, you will start feeling their sensations. But right now, since you are still beginners, don't go with them, right? Later on, when you do a long course, that's fine. But for now, just keep on observing the sensations that you encounter on the top of your body. On the so the sensations that you encounter on your skin level. That's it, right? Don't go all the way in for now. Later on, you can do it. Then, if your mind is more concentrated, you will start to feel certain areas of your body with subtler sensations like vibrations, right? So you will feel like in certain areas you will feel like so certain vibrations are so flowing. Not sometimes maybe not all around your body, at certain parts of your body. You can really focus. At such times, don't get overwhelmed. So don't be so don't think that you are so developed, right? Just observe it, and if possible, observe that particular. So pay special attention to that part, and so please invest a little bit more time at that part and go slowly within that area. Please go slowly. So scanning that whole part, and then gradually, so you will start feeling similar kind of sensations. So on bigger parts of your body, gradually they'll increase. So you should not be scared. That's how your body actually is, right? So you should not think that some kind of peculiar sensations have arisen. No, that's how your body is actually are. So don't worry. Therefore, please calm down and very patient. with the complete understanding of impermanence, please keep on observing. Sometimes certain sensations that you feel, they'll later on, so they'll turn out to be very comfortable sensations, right? So you have to understand those kinds of sensations arise because your mind is getting lighter and lighter and lighter, and because your mind is getting out, so getting rid of many negativities, right? So it's a cause and effect situation. So sometimes, so it will stay for a certain period of time, then it will go away. So don't develop any special attachment towards that. And if you develop any attachment, what will happen is next time on next Friday too, when you sit for the meditation, you will sit craving for the same kind of sensations. So and on that day, your meditation will be more frustrating, because when you sit, you will think, oh, last week I felt these kinds of very pleasing sensations. Why I am not feeling that sensation today? So you are here to come out of craving. You are not here to develop craving. So don't cling to them like that. Just observe them and understand this is the nature of my sensations. They are impermanent and changing. Right? They are not under the control of me. And then you will be able to develop and sharpen the balance of your mind, right? Your equanimity, right? So please keep on doing like that, and don't develop special attachments to such kind of very comfortable sensation, right? Then new students, they are requested to practice the same first step of breathing meditation. So those students who joined recently, they are so requested to observe the breath. When it is coming in, please be fully aware. When it is going out, please be fully aware. So don't go with the breath all the way in. Please stop your observation at the end of your nostrils, right? Then if it is long, just be aware that it is long. If it is short, please be aware that it is short. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Just keep on being aware as it is. And the students who are practicing breathing meditation for a time more than 2 months, so they can, if you like, you can practice. So second step of breathing meditation. So you can pay your attention. So you can limit your attention, the area that you pay attention, right? So now don't go all the way. Now don't go to observe the breath. So inside your nostrils. Instead, start observing the breath, touch of the breath within this triangular area. So when the breath comes and touches, just keep on being aware, right? So within this area, within this triangular area, when the breath comes and touches, be aware. And then when it is coming, it will touch this particular area. When it is going out, it will touch this particular area. So just keep on being aware about that touch of the breath. So if you like, so those students who are practicing breathing meditation for about 2 months, so who joined in the middle, they can practice this second step of breathing meditation if you like. If not, you can continue to practice the first step of breathing meditation. Right. Yes.
So for the second step of breathing meditation, you don't, instead of, so the first step is breathing with the whole nose, right?
Yes.
The step is just not going inside, it's just the outside, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like you feel like how the breath goes up on the outside, but not going in, right?
Yes, don't go all the way in. Instead, so very patiently, very calmly, please observe the touch of your breath. So it comes and it will touch this area. And certain breaths, they are powerful enough to touch this whole nose area. So there are certain breaths, they won't touch this whole nose area. So they only will touch and go in. So they will touch this particular area only. Or sometimes, if it becomes very shortly, you will only feel it touching the corners of your nostrils. So front corners of your nostrils. So please keep on observing them accordingly, right? Paying your attention completely, right? So please do like that. So, so if you have more questions, Olsen, please ask me at the end, okay? Right. Then please practice like that. And I promise, so we don't have a lot of time, but I promised last week that I will teach you about certain things related to karma too. So in brief, very fast, I will teach you about another fact about the karma. Last week, I already taught you the 4 kinds of karmas that we accumulate. So, so good karmas that are related to the sensual world, bad karmas that are related to the sensual world. Then after that, good karmas that are related to the sphere level, and good karmas that are related to the non-sphere level, right? So those are the 4 kinds of karmas. And then those karmas, they result. According to the occasions that they result, they differ. So there are 4 kinds of karmas according to the way how they result, according to the occasions that they result. So if you want to write down them very fast. Okay? So we don't have a lot of time. Number one is, so there are karmas that would result in this very life. So they will result in this very life. So those karmas won't wait. If they are powerful enough, they will result in this very life, right? So in Pali, they are called as Ditta Dham. If you don't know how to write, so don't worry. So just for your knowledge, I will tell the Buddha's language. In Buddha's language, Buddha says, Ditta Dhamma Vedaniya Karma. The karmas that would result in this very life, right? Then there are certain karmas, so they don't result in this very life. So they will result in the next life, right? While you are having your birth, or while you are living your life, in the next life, those karmas will come and result. They are called as upapajya vedaniya karma. So the karmas that would result in the next life. That's number 2. Number 3, there are certain karmas, they cannot result in this life, they cannot result in the next life, because some of your past karmas are very strong, so they don't have enough space to come, so to result. So they will result, so not this life, not next life, in an upcoming life. In an upcoming life. So this is the 3rd kind of karmas. Since they are not very strong enough, so they take time to result. Right? So this is the 3rd kind of karmas. 4th kind of karmas, so they are called as ahosi karma, cancelled karmas. So I mean, cancelled karmas means, so it doesn't mean we have cancelled karmas. So when someone attains the enlightenment, that person won't be born for another life. Right? That person will be united with this nature. Right? Then, since that person won't be born again, that person won't, even though that person have accumulated various kinds of karmas. So there are certain karmas which are weak, so they won't have enough time to resolve. So they'll get cancelled. Actually, nobody cancel it. So it itself don't get enough time to result. That's it. Got it? So this is how your karmas result in your life. Even though you are a Buddhist, Hindu, Jain, or so or Sikh, or even though you are a, Islam, if even though you follow Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, or such kind of religions, or even though you are an atheist or agnostic, all of you have to face this. This is universal, right? So that's how karmas result, right? Since we don't have a lot of time, I always will teach these things in brief so that all of you know what is this karma. If not, even in TV ads, you can see the word instant karmas, but you don't know what is this karma. Now you are gradually knowing, getting know about the karmas, right? So now we are going to start. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Close your eyes. First, I will, as usual, I will pay our gratitude and respect towards the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, chanting 3 stanzas. After that, we are going to start today's meditation right away. Everyone, please calm down and concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimiso bhagava arehang samma sambuddho viññācarana sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattā deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sangdittiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko vaccatang veditabbo vinyuhiti. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanimangno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi panipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakittang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are a no student, please practice breathing meditation for 5 minutes and then start practicing Vipassana meditation, and make sure to keep your body intact throughout the meditation time. And if you are a new student, you can change your posture, but and you are kindly requested to practice breathing meditation, first step or second step, as you like. Whatever the meditation technique that you practice, may it go well and may it give you good results, and may you be very, very successful in your meditation practice. Everyone, please start right now. Now, if your legs are hurting, the new students, they can change their posture. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. Now, let's spread our loving kindness first towards yourself. I. Let's share our loving kindness with you, spreading, so thinking this way, using these sentences. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards our dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Me, my dear mother, me, my dear father, me, my dear teachers, relatives, and friends. Be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all those people, your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards the people in the middle, the neutral people, the people who are not your friends, at the same time, who are not your enemies. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, let's spread our sincere loving kindness towards the enemies, the people, those who don't like you, or the people that you don't like. First, please forgive for their mistakes, because all beings have negativities. And sometimes we do unexpectedly things in life. So without being able to control our negative emotions. The others are the same. They also do harmful actions sometimes without being able to control their negative emotions. Now we are fortunate to meet this noble technique and change, but all are not fortunate like that. So be pitiful towards them, towards those less fortunate people, and spread loving kindness and forgive. May all my enemies be well. May all my enemies be happy. May all my enemies be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Not only human beings, we are going to think about all the animals, all the birds, all the fish, all the reptiles, visible and invisible beings, beautiful and ugly beings, clever and unclever beings, so big beings or small beings in size, regardless of any discrimination, we are going to think about all the beings in the world. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world, all the beings in the world. Bhavattu sampe mangalang rakhantu sampe devatam samme buddhanubhavi samme dhammanubhavi samme sanghanubhavine sada sutti bhavang tutti. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now everyone, please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a good meditation time. So gradually, you have to work hard for yourself. Meditation practice is just like growing a tree. Just like growing a tree. When so you want to grow a tree, what do you have to do? Be right. So, all right. So when you want to grow a tree, what do you have to do, Pratyush? What are the ingredients a tree needs to grow? It's very nice. It needs a good soil and it needs water. What else, Olsen? Yes, it needs good air, sunlight, fertilizer. Very nice. So there are 2 words, right? Manure and fertilizer. Which one is American? Fertilizer, right? All right. Okay. All right. So just kidding. Then, so you have to put fertilizer. All these things are needed for a tree to grow. Just like that. So, just like that, for the meditation too. So there are several things that it needs to grow. So one thing is, so you have to constantly put daily you have to invest a certain period of time to practice. That's number one. Then whatever the concentration that you get, you have to use it. Whatever the understanding that you get, you have to use it. You have to apply it in your day-to-day life. Then the purpose is not served, right? So, uh, then at the same time, so there are several things that we need to develop inside too. So one thing is sangvara. Sangvara means so um, physical and emotional control. So willingly, so you have to control your physical activities and emotional activities, right? So you have to control yourself. So if you let them to go disarray, then that concentration or the understanding, they will go somewhere else. You will forget them, or the concentration will completely go away within a short period of time. Then you will be back in the same level just like the others. Then sometimes you have to tolerate adivasana. So safeguard it. Sometimes you have to tolerate, right? There are certain situations. So you feel very frustrated, but there is, if you react, so no use of reacting because it has already happened. Uh, but so anger is rising, anger is rising. So that anger tempts you to do something. But with willpower, you have to endure adivasana. By that way, you can safeguard your progress, your concentration, or the understanding, right? So adivasana. Then sometimes you have to avoid certain things, right? So, so uh, it is better if you can avoid intoxicants. So that is, I don't know whether you use that or not, but it is better if you can avoid intoxicants, because such kind of things. So we have to. It is better to avoid. So that is patisevana. You avoid certain things. Or bad friends, right? So there are certain friends, they tempt you to do bad things, right? It doesn't, if they have certain good qualities, you have to appreciate. But if you notice that they have certain kind of bad tendencies, you have to associate them at the hand's length without contaminating. So they are so they are, I mean, they are sicknesses, right, into you without letting them to transmit great insight, right? You have to know and you have to stay away. And that is patisevana. Then like that, there are certain ways I will teach them one by. So in an upcoming week, I will, if we have time, I will teach them. So these kinds of things should be done to safeguard the concentration or the understanding that you have already developed, right? And another one, so you have to think again and again about the understandings that you already got, right? So that is also something that we have to do, right? So, so in those kinds of ways, we have to prolong and maintain and safeguard our concentration and our understandings. Got it? Okay, then please try to do like that and grow your. So they are the fertilizers, right? They are the water. So they are the waterings. They are the providing of sunlight that you do for the tree called meditation. So it will grow, right? You have to do those things for your meditation to grow. Right. So we were learning about the Eight Noble Paths. And we started learning the Eight Noble Path. And so the first one was Mrs. Fong. Can you remember the first one? Mr. Kevin. Right understanding. So I told you, right understanding will lead you to right concept. Right concept will lead you to right speech. Then right speech will lead you to Mr. Let's ask somebody online. So Mr. Howard or
To right
somebody
action.
online,
Action.
right? Right action, very nice. So right action and then right concept again leads to right livelihood, right? Livelihood or livelihood. Then after that, then so because of right concept, then you develop right effort, and right effort will lead to right mindfulness. Then today, Mr. Kars, we are going to learn about right concentration. Very nice. Right concentration. So please write down the topic, right concentration. Concentration. Can you concentrate? Can you concentrate? Whenever you have to do something, you have to concentrate, right? So, Pratyush, when you have to work, you have to concentrate, right? Right, Miss Reena? So, there are two kinds of concentrations. One is Samma Samadhi. One is Miccha Samadhi too. So, uh, so even the robbers, they sometimes develop concentration. When they have to rob, if they don't concentrate, they can't rob. They'll get caught on the way. Right? They need concentration. But that concentration is called as Miccha, so Samadhi, or wrong concentration. Why is that? The intentions, they are not going with the right direction, right? So the intentions are not right and wholesome. Therefore, they are called as wrong concentration. It is also a concentration, but a wrong concentration for wrong actions, right? Then why something is called as, so this here, the Buddha teaches about, so Samma Samadhi, right? In Samma Samadhi, there are several intentions, right? Here we develop the concentration to develop wholesomeness inside. Wholesomeness inside. That's number one. Then number two, we develop concentration to develop right skills. Right skills inside. What are the right skills? Being able to develop and spread loving kindness. It's a right skill. Being able to humble, that's the right skill. Being able to so compassionate, that's the right skill. Being able to develop joy when the other people become successful in life, it's a good skill, right? And then developing equanimity inside, it's a skill. So there are such kind of many skills. So samma samadhi, right concentration, leads to these skills. And right concentration helps us to develop wholesomeness within. Therefore, Buddha says, Buddha calls this as samma samadhi. Samma samadhi. So then samadhi. So when you want, if you want to develop samadhi, so there are several things that you so need to have, right? So there are several factors that helps us to develop right concentration inside. Number one is, so if you want to develop deep concentration, so food factor is important. Food. So we have to eat healthy food on right times, right? So that's one thing. That means the body should be healthy enough to practice that, right? The health of your body is also important. So in Pali, you don't have to write this down. It is called as sappaya, right? So if it is ardhamagdi, sappai, okay? So sappaya. Then second one is, so you have to lower the power of 5 enemies of meditation. Can you remember now the 5 enemies of meditation? All right. So so let me check whether you all remember. Right. Number 1, Sriyashvaya, addiction to sensual pleasure. Number 1, Shivanna, aversion. See, all the students, they have forgotten. Aishwarya, number 3, doubt. Oh, that's the last one. So I know Ms. Satya and Ms. Nita was not here. Mr. Karl, you were not here, right? Right. So what is the third one? It's sloth and talk. Oh, very nice, Mr. Karl. Sloth and talk. That means laziness. So number 4, Pratyush was here. Number 4, wandering mind. Okay, wandering nature of the mind. So number 5, Mr. Reena, doubt. Very nice. So these are the 5 things. So you have to lower, right? You have to lower them, lower their energy, right? Then that's number 2. So then first one is food. Second one is, so lowering the energy level of your ability of your so capability of your 5 enemies of meditation, right? 5 hindrances. Then number 3, reducing the craving. So reducing the craving. So you have to reduce the craving. Number 4, so another factor is, so the familiarity about those so jhanic levels, concentration levels from the past lives. So you should have practiced this. So if you have practiced this in the past lives too, then in this life suddenly you can so you can experience it sometimes, right? So then, uh, so uh, so so reducing the influence of your defilements, right? Reducing the influence of defilements. Defilements. Defilements means anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, all these kinds of negativities, right? So these are the, so if we have so these things, then it helps us, and at the same time, so we need to have this, have the constant practice. Constant practice. That's very important. So sometimes, even though uh, so certain people, they don't practice meditation that much, but suddenly when they start to practice, so uh, the past so uh, so that past influence, if they have practiced it in the past, it comes to them. I don't know if I told you this story earlier once. I don't know whether you remember. This happened in Australia. So have you heard of Ajahn Brahm? Right? Ajahn Brahm in Australia. He's an Australian Bhante. So he's famous. Sometimes he comes here to teach in Google, Facebook, all these companies. So they have societies, meditation societies. So they invite sometimes. So uh, there was one lay student of Ajahn Brahm. He didn't come to the temple that often. But one day, fortunately, he came to the temple on a day of meditation. He don't generally come to the meditation, but on that day he sat and learned meditation. So so he participated throughout the session and learned meditation. And then what happened? So he went home and he liked it, and he started practicing, because on the following day it was a holiday. So he started practicing. In the morning, he sat thinking he will practice this for a very short period of time. Then what happened? So gradually, when he was practicing, so he started feeling the joy of this meditation. Then finally, he went all the way in. So while he passed 1 hour, then 2 hours also went, and 3 hours also went. He was not standing, and the wife was so wife called him during the morning time, during the lunch time. He didn't come out, so she gave him time, and even during the evening too, he didn't come out. So she was scared, and then broke the door and went in. And then so then she tried her best to wake him up, but he didn't wake up. Finally, she checked the nostrils, and she couldn't find any breath there. So she was so scared and called 911 in Australia. I don't know what is the number in Australia. So somehow, so she called, and then the ambulance, so emergency service came and took him to the hospital. And the first doctor who checked him said that he is dead. So while meditating, he is dead. But fortunately, there was one Indian doctor. He have heard, so he asked about the whole situation, and so earlier he had heard from so somebody that sometimes when meditators meditate like this, they go into very deep stages like this. So he said, somehow let's wait for 24 hours. If he doesn't wake up, then can't help. He is clinically he is a person who has passed away. but they kept on trying. Finally, they kept on trying to wake him up. Then finally, during the midnight, he woke up and he started scolding the doctors and the nurses. So he asked, "Why did you wake me up? I was at such kind of a pleasing state, so I didn't want to wake up." So right, so somehow, so then the wife came to the place, and you know what would have happened after that. Then after that, she took him to the house, and the wife banned him by practicing meditation inside the house. so so that's what has happened. So what would have happened there? Most probably, so that person might have had past, so past, so in his past lives, he might have practiced this. So that very habit came and got awakened in this very life, right? So therefore, sometimes if someone wants to attain deep concentration levels, the past, so familiarity, it also matters, right? But it is not the only thing. If you work hard, then if you keep practicing well, then you can attain those levels too, right? So those are the five things which helps us to attain deep concentration levels. So when you attain deep concentration levels, it doesn't happen at once. So there are three early stages. There are three early stages. So please write them down. So first stage is called as preliminary stage, right? Preliminary stage. During this stage, what happens is the mind becomes one-pointed. The mind becomes one-pointed. So you start to see the meditation object. Let's say if you are practicing breathing meditation, breathing meditation. If you are practicing loving kindness meditation, loving kindness meditation. If you are practicing walking meditation, so that walking. So it becomes obvious to you. You gain the ability to focus well. But the concentration is not very, very deep. Right? But still, you gain the ability to focus well, clearly. Can you understand? So this is called as the preliminary concentration. Preliminary concentration. There are many descriptions. So Buddha has given so many descriptions. But so if I teach all of them tomorrow, so the sun will rise for tomorrow's morning, and all of you will sleep inside the meditation hall, and you will start, instead of all kinds of other meditations, you will start sleeping meditation. So therefore, I will give you the basic, most important ones, right? Then preliminary stage. So meditation objective, the features. So the nature of this stage is the objective, meditation objective, it becomes very clear, right? But so the concentration is very, very, it is not very strong, right? But there is concentration, right? There is concentration. So for an example, uh, so for an example, so let's say, so you stand on a road where you can see the other side. So that is a road where there is no any turning points. So you can see far, so a long distance. So at the end of the other corner, you see something, right? You see something, but So you can recognize that it's a man or a woman, but you don't know who that is. This is like that, right? So you see the meditation objective and you can focus, but it's not very strong. So in Pali, you don't have to write this down. So it is called as Parikarma Samadhi. Parikarma. Then number two, so you gradually, when you keep on focusing further and further and further, so that meditation objective, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer, right? It becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. Now you recognize that particular so meditation objective more vividly. And at the same time, in this stage, so this stage is called as access concentration. Access concentration level. Access concentration. Just write down like that. So in Pali, it is called as Upachar Samadhi. Now it is just like, now you see that person. So now you recognize that person, right? But not fully. You can't exactly say what kind of clothes that person is wearing, what kind of belt that person is wearing, nothing. But you can say, oh, this is that person. And at this stage, there are several experiences that you will experience. For an example, sometimes you will see lights, various kinds of lights. Sometimes you will, according to the mental situation, mental statuses that you do have, you will see a red light, purple light, or yellow light, or white light, or such kind of thing. So at such times, don't worry, understand. So this is a reflection of my mental situations, mental statuses. So understanding that, just keep on observing. If you are practicing breathing meditation, keep on observing the breath. Or if you are practicing some kind of another meditation, just keep on doing that one, right? Focus on your meditation objective. It will stay for some time, then it will go, right? Or sometimes you will see like, so great religious teachers come and talk to you, right? So when you go in, sometimes you see the Buddha comes and talks to you. And so then sometimes Jesus comes and talks to you. Or another, some kind of a religious figure. So Jain Mahavir comes and talks to you. So or somebody else comes and talks to you, right? You sometimes, if someone doesn't know what this is, so they can get deluded. They will say, oh, I'm a chosen person from a religious teacher. Starting from today, I will keep on promulgating your message to everybody because I am chosen, right? So this has happened all around the religious history. But you know now. So this is just this is just the second stage of your uh, so advancement progress. So don't think like that. Don't think that you are a chosen person or something. So just focus and understand that this will also pass away. Keep on observing your breath or whatever the objective that you are focusing. So that talk or something, it will stay for some time, that blabbering, and then it will disappear all by itself, right? Or sometimes certain people have certain people have bad mental situations, so they might see various kinds of other scary things too. Or sometimes you will see a very black big dog has come and looking at you, right? So some kind of devil comes and talks to you, right? So such kind of thing. Don't worry. So at such times you have to understand this is a reflection of my mental statuses. You have to let it go. You have to just keep on observing. So your breath, or you have to keep focusing on your meditation object. Then it'll pass, right? So then, then you will go deeper. Your calmness will go deeper. Your concentration will go deeper. And then you will reach to the level called Arpana Samadhi. Arpana Samadhi means fixed concentration. Fixed concentration. Now, so just like that person, so on that road, this person has come closer. Now you see that person's face well, head color, ears, nose, all the organs, and the shirt. So what you can say what this person is wearing, right? So you can see everything in details. Just like that, so you see the meditation objective very clearly, right? Then this is the third level. Now you are closing to the first level of jhanas, right? So then, so during this stage, your mind is fixed, right? So the meditation objective become very clear, very, very clear to you, right? If it is breath, you become fully fixed. So your concentration is fully fixed on your breath, right? So then, so no more disturbances anymore, right? No more disturbances anymore. Just like you let the tree grow, you just keep on observing. And then, so gradually, you start to see that your concentration going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then now, the first jhanic level is bound to come, right? So at this moment, so anymore, so you start to feel a lot of pleasure, a lot of pleasure. So which you have never ever experienced throughout your life. So so nowadays, if you let's say uh, if someone gives you a ticket to watch your favorite movie, right? You become so happy. Or your favorite, you are given a ticket to watch. So I mean, attend a concert which where your favorite singer sings. So whenever you go there, because of your happiness, you feel crazy and you shout and you dance. Right? When you reach this stage, you start thinking, what kind of happinesses that I did have in the past. Then you laugh at yourself. Not only you laugh at yourself, so this happiness is just like, the ant in front of the elephant. Ant in front of the elephant is negligible. Just like that, this happiness. So all those great happinesses that you thought in your general life as great happinesses, they all become so just like the saliva that you throw away in the morning, right? So you don't care about all those things. So this happens not when you read the first level of jhanas, during the very preliminary levels, right? You gain that much happiness, that much comfort with it. And so let me be quick. Then we start to reach the first experience of jhana, first level of jhana, first jhana. So in this jhana, what happens is your desire, when you reach this level, your desire, so your desire to desire to entertain your senses, it goes away. Anymore, you don't want to, so you don't want to entertain your senses. By that way, seeking happiness, you don't like it naturally. Then, so anymore, you don't want to do any wrong action. You don't want to do any wrong action, right? And then, so still you have two qualities of the mind. So vitakka and vichara. Vitakka means, so for an example, so vitakka means our mind has two patterns. So one pattern is vitakka means thinking about some kind of an objective, right? For an example, let's say, so Mr. Karl, you're from India, right? So let's say you go, sometimes you meet one of your friends, and then you remember, so in India, when you were little, something that both of you did, right? First, you think about the thing which you did, and then thought starts surrounding, circulating around that particular objective. Vitakka means thinking about that particular situation. That is the nature of our mind. And then, so the thoughts which circulate around that objective, they are called as vicharas. So these two, they are always inside our minds, right? So they stay still, but their quality is low. Still, you need them to remind you to focus on your breath, right? But so they have, so they are, I mean, so they are flexible now, but so still you need both these two natures of the mind to focus on your breath, right? And then your body, your whole body and mind, they start to feel rest, both your body and mind. So they feel so relaxed. Body and mind, they start to feel relaxed. And then at the same time, there arises joy. Not a huge joy when you compare it with the third one, right? But so there arises joy, right? And at the same time, there arises comfort. In this level, you have joy and comfort too, and relaxation of your body and mind. So then later on, so you get used to this, and gradually the mind start to attain the second jhanic level. Please write down. So when you read the second jhanic level, that nature of, so two natures of the mind, thinking about the objective, vitakka, and circulating around the objective, vichara, both these things, they disappear. They go away. Anymore, you don't need to put effort to focus on something. So you even don't need to remind. Right away when you close your eyes, you become focused, right? And they go away. And then inside on your body and inside your mind, you feel a lot of pleasantness. They become so pleasant to you, right? You like your body and mind so much. So they are so comfortable, so pleasant. And at the same time, the mind becomes so concentrated. And then inside, so you develop deep concentration. So deep joy. So deep joy means, so we don't have time today to teach about joy. I will teach you so on another time. So there are 5 kinds of joys. If I forget, please remind me to teach you, okay? 5 kinds of joys. So now, not the preliminary joy. So this is a very deep joy. So this joy is described in text like this. So you bathe, right? When you take a bath, so the water soaks your whole body from top to bottom. Just like that, you feel the whole body. You feel the whole body soaked with water, wet with water. So just like that, the happiness that you feel at this moment, it soaks the whole body and mind. Can you understand? You can't understand. Just write it down, right? So then after that, you feel comfort too. Now, not general comfort, deep comfort. You feel so comfortable, but so you feel comfort on your body and inside your mind too. Then third jhana. Third jhana. So when you now, so thinking about objectives, it has gone. Wandering nature around objectives, it has gone. And so even so, then you were enjoying the happiness that you were feeling, right? But so during the third one, what happens is you get enough of happiness. So you don't do it, it happens. So let's say you buy a Tesla car. You like a Tesla car and you think of every night you think of a Tesla car and finally you buy one. So for 1 month the joy stays. 2 months maximum. After 3 months, it's just like other cars. You don't care. This is like that. Then be interested. So joy goes up to the level so that it overflows. Finally, you realize this is also impermanent. So you don't, later on, it becomes a burden to you. The joy, it becomes burden to you. The mind becomes that much subtler. So you let go of the joy, leaving the comfort behind. You only feel during the third jhana, you only feel a deep sense of comfort on your body, inside your mind, right? So that's number 3. And then at the 4th level, so you let go. Now the mind has developed to a very deep level. So you let go of that comfort too. You don't anymore, that sense of comfort, it is also a burden to you. You let go automatically. So you let go of that comfort and you let your mind to become balanced and equanimous, very balanced. So it is not something which would shake because of anything. So you do what you give, whatever the thing so that you think as a very valuable thing, very precious thing, very precious thing. That person's mind is very equanimous and balanced. That person doesn't like any of those, right? So it becomes very balanced. And after this stage, so then so after this stage, when you reach this stage, you gain certain abilities. You gain the ability to hear sounds that are happening far away. You start to gain the ability to see things that are happening far away. So you download the app Zoom inside, right? Just kidding. Then at the same time, so you start to hear all kinds of podcasts that are happening all around the world, right? Then after that, then so hear sounds, And then so there are several other abilities that so they start to develop. But the Buddhas, Bhantes, especially for Bhantes and nuns, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, Buddhas, not to use these abilities. Even though you develop, we have to keep quiet and we should not use those abilities in public, right? So then number 5. So just write down the names. You don't need the descriptions. So I don't think you will read these stages. Right. So number 1, number 5, Akasananchayan, that means state of infinite space. You let go of your body. Now this is so be so this feeling comes beyond your body. You let go of the you let go of your body too. Now you only feel the space, infinite space. So state of infinite space. This is the 5th jhana. 6th one, state of infinite consciousness. Then for that person, the space, so feeling of space, it also becomes a burden. So that person only feels the consciousness, right? Consciousness means it's not the consciousness that you feel, just a sense of existence. So, then after that, so this person surpass this level too, then reach the level of state of infinite nothingness. That then that person goes, let go of the consciousness, and then this person starts to feel this state of nothingness, right? Then finally, so this person so leaves that sense of nothingness and finally reach this state of neither perception or non-perception. State of neither perception or non-perception, right? So this is the 8th jhana. Up to the 4th jhana, body matters. After the 4th jhana, so it's just mental, body doesn't matter. So sometimes there are stories. So Buddha banned to attain the 8, so practice the last 4 jhanas at a village. So you are not supposed to practice it inside a village because the villagers will get scared. Once this happened because one Bhante attained the stage and he didn't wake up for 7 days. After a few days, people saw that Bhante and thought he's dead, and they they burnt his body. But the body didn't burn because of that, because of the power of that strong, strong mental state. So on the 7th day, when he woke up and started so going outside with the ball, all the people start running here and there, thinking a ghost has come. So therefore, so the last 4, last 4 status should not be attained inside a village, right? So these are the 8. So these are the 8 jhanas that we attain, right? Now we all have some kind of understanding. At least try to attain the first one. I don't have any hope about the other 7. Right. Right. So let's finish. Everyone, please think together, all of us gathered here and practice this noble meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of all this positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. Practicing this noble Dhamma practice, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana silisse nichang vada pachainum chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvang no sukang balang Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vacha ato nibbana sampatti imenate samijjatu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very, very peaceful. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night, everyone. Take rest and see you on next Friday. Today, since we are a little bit late, so I won't talk to you in person. If you have a question, you can stay. If not, yeah, you can go. And I will meet everyone during your personal interview times. Right? Take care. Good night, everyone.
Stream entry involves a cessation temporarily of the file straight.
So 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 addiction to sensual pleasure, then so karma raga, so three negativities, they go down. So they go down.
But during the stream entry itself, there is a temporary experience.
Yes, jhana, temporary experience of jhana, right? Oh, nirvana.
Yeah, that's like what stream entry is.
Oh, right. Yes, that's true. So it's just like the same. So right. Good night, Mr. Huan.
Good night, Bante. Thank you so much. I wanted to let you know that my sister, Shelly, also joined us with my mother. So you had another.
Oh, San, Kelly, and Miss Rita. Good night to both of you.
Good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Bonti.
Good night, Miss Jane. Good night, Asita Dini.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I have a question, Bante.
Yes, Asita Dini.
When you are saying these stages, so I want to know like how much time required for stage.
Oh, it depends. So it depends. So certain people. So the time that you invest and the consistency. So many things matter. I mean, when you read these pages, all these things matter. So the atmosphere and so then you have to maintain a concentration for a long period of time, right? Consciously. So there are so many things that matter to to estimate the time. So don't worry about that. Just keep on practicing Gadi.
And about the sittings, will you prefer? I mean, will you suggest long time and less sitting, or more time with the short sittings? I mean, uh, so what I want to ask you, like when we sit, do we need to sit for like long time or short time, but sitting more in the daytime?
Sure. So it is good if you can invest as much time as possible. But if you don't have, if you don't have so a lot of time left, and
I mean, I'm both out.
yeah, that's true. So then you can sit as much as possible. During the other time, it is better to stay aware so throughout the day. So focusing on the actions that you are doing throughout the day. You're walking, you're talking. So whatever things that you do, you can stay aware.
Okay. Yeah, Bante. Thank you so much, Bante.
Me all the good happen to you, Asundadiri. Then I think I will see just Samani tomorrow, right?
Yeah, sure. Someone we will be there. Yes, yes.
See you, Asundadiri. Take care. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Good night, Miss Suhan. Good night.